Hey YouTube, Hanneken here with yet another Geek K episode for you. Today we have several pops that I received in the mail that we're going to go over and review the overall quality and what I thought of the pop and a little bit of where I got it and any experiences that I had with it and whatnot. So without further ado, let's jump right into the actual what we're here for, reviewing these pop figures. So there's three figures that I have for you today. Two from the same series and one outlier. So let's go over the outlier first. So the pop that I have for you, and I'll show like individual close-ups later. But if you can see this, it's Clay Morrow from the Sons of Anarchy series. I actually really loved this show, and I'm very kind of disappointed that it ended. I guess the story was kind of going in a place where it was going to be kind of hard to continue it, and they kept killing off every character possible. But it was actually a really, really good show, and I really loved it, and could not get enough of it. So let's go ahead and open him up and take a look here. I don't know if you can see on the back there's actually 4 characters in this series. You can get, it's kind of a weird choice actually. They chose the main 3 characters, Gemma, Jax, and Clay, but the last character is Opie, which, I loved Opie, but he was only in like the first couple seasons, so I wouldn't have really called him a main character. Yes, he was Jax's best friend, but whatever. Moving on. So let's get on to reviewing this actual pop that we have here. So I don't know if how well you can see this, but again, I'll show better close-ups later. It's got like a little gradation in his hair, glasses on his face, and he's wearing a little jacket. And the detail on the jacket's actually pretty good. The overall quality of this pop, there are some paint errors, like the paint in his jacket's kind of wearing off, and on his hands and his knuckles, like the paint job was kind of crap. So there's that, and it's to be expected, I guess, from Funko now. The paint jobs are just horrible. He's got some minor paint jobs on his paint errors on his face too, but yeah, this is actually one of the worst paint jobs I've seen in a while. And they just put like a red dot on his ear for an earring, which doesn't make any sense, but okay. But yeah, ultimately I love this character, and I really wanted to get this pop. But actually, I acquired this pop through Shirt Punch, which, for those of you who don't know, is the parent company for Nerd Block. We're just a Deadpool shirt from them, and at time of order, this was a deal or a special they had going on. This figure for $4 added on to another order. So I was like, oh wow, I can't pass that up. It's $4 for a pop figure. That's, an awesome deal, even though it is a very common pop figure probably. And obviously I can't really judge the paint job too much because, again, I'm ordering online and I don't see what I get, so it's kind of difficult for me in that respect. It is actually a really, really good figure or likeness of him, so I'll give them that. I like the addition of the sunglasses. It's kind of go away from the traditional look of the pop figure. The detail in the jacket is actually pretty cool. Like, you can actually make out the detail in the little parachute, like jump wing thing that he has on his military jump badge that he has on his jacket, which is cool. And you can actually read the words on the badges, even though the paint job on them is crap. But still, it looks pretty cool. They obviously it's a sticker or something, but like the actual insignia for Sons of Anarchy on the back, you can make out the detail on that too. But yeah, I really love this figure. So we'll find a place for him up there. So let's move on. So the next two, and this is kind of the main reason why I'm wearing my shirt here, for those of you who don't get the reference on this shirt. It is a Firefly shirt, Joss Whedon. It's not a Firefly figure, but it is a Joss Whedon figure. To go on my top shelf there, I have 2 more Buffy figures. And oddly enough, even though I purchased all of these figures last, it's actually the rare figures that I got first, even though I purchased all the common pops first. There were some clerical errors so with me, and some problems with the I ordered through Entertainment Earth for the common figures, so there's a clerical error on my part with my credit card information, and I didn't realize, because they never sent me an email, or it got filtered out, or whatnot. So I never got notified that there was an error with my submission. So it was on hold, and then I resolved that, and they shipped it out, and that was like a week or so ago. But they don't have very good options or choices for shipping and handling. Companies, if you're listening, shipping and handling. Here's how it works. Give the customer the option to choose what shipping method, because you choosing it is pointless. I'm going to know more than you are who's going to be able to ship to me faster, whether it's FedEx, UPS, or USPS. For me, personally, USPS is the fastest method possible. I can get stuff if you ship from if you ship priority mail, USPS, you can get it to me in like a week. That is the fastest method. I don't know how they do it, it just gets to me fast. Now, obviously, it depends where you're shipping from a little bit, but still. I've gotten stuff that I've ordered within 3 days because they shipped USPS priority air mail. However, Entertainment Earth does not offer, it's one of the only websites that I've ever ordered from for these kind of things, doesn't ship to you via UPS. They only ship FedEx, which FedEx, of all of them, is always the worst. Never ship FedEx. It's slow as hell, unless you're like right next to or in the same region of the United States. They're very slow. It's one of the main reasons that when you go to Amazon.com, it's the last choice of shipping. Because they know they ship more than anyone else. USPS is the way to go for me personally. Now, like I said, some people it might be faster to go FedEx. So give us the option. Let us choose which shipping method. Amazon does it on their website. When you go to make a purchase, it says, how would you like to ship this order? Would you like it, the Amazon Super Saver, which is always USPS, go figure, or you can get down and you can go next day air and stuff like that, which is going to be your FedEx and stuff like that. You pay more for it. Well, they don't even give you the option for next day air or anything like that, if I remember. It was literally one option for checkout. It might have given it originally, but when I went to update my and fix the issue with my credit card information or something like that, I think it was, it didn't give me the option to change the shipping method, and I didn't realize that their default shipping method was FedEx, and there was no preference to change from that. It was either that or sped up. Like it didn't really go into detail, so it wasn't obvious what they were using, which is pretty much a fail on the company. It's the only thing I've ordered from them, so I can't really holistically be honest about the company, and I'll do a video on that as well individually. So, but yeah, that's the experience I had with that. So several days, after I made the original purchase, I went and ordered the rare figures off eBay so that I could have the whole set. So those finally arrived, the rest of them. So so the first one, and these actually came from the same, I guess, eventually, it ended up being the same seller, so they came at the same time. which was really nice of the seller. So the first up is Willow, Hot Topic exclusive with the Wishverse. So this is technically this is Vampire Willow in the alternate universe within the show where Buffy makes a wish and some demon casts it to where, or actually I think Cordelia made the wish, Buffy cast it, or it cast, some demon cast it, and Buffy ended up never coming to Sunnydale, and basically everything that happened in season 1 got erased, and it ends up that everyone becomes a vampire pretty much. So let's go ahead, I'll take it out of the box because not really, I'm probably going to display it, even though it is a more expensive rarer figure. I'm an out of the box displayer. You can hate me all you want, I don't care. Oh wow, it looks like this one actually smartly comes with a base, which is awesome. I wish the Buffy one would have, and I'm hoping the other Buffy one does. Which, right off the bat, plus. So, all in all, the paint job on this one, other than the fact that I don't really understand, and I never did, why, like, they don't put the mouth on pop figures. Like, it doesn't have to be much, but I don't know. It just kind of looks weird. Like, you could put like a little groove, you know? I mean, I think one of them, which one? Like, yeah. Elf on a Shelf has a smile. And so does the Pixar characters, some of them. Groot has a smile. And a mouth. Please, Funko, come on. It just looks weird without it. So, as far as like the paint job and stuff goes, it's not too bad. It's actually a fairly decent paint job, other than the fact that it looks like, because you can kind of see the brawl through the, peeking out the top of the thing, and it's not connected to the things, or to the shirt. So, see if you can see that. And, oh, I guess I didn't show you the box. I'll show you that here in a second, but I'm going to show close-ups later. Anyway. Or yeah, I did show you the box, didn't I? Just in case. There you go. That's the collection, which she's not pictured on there, obviously. Again, the earrings, it's literally just a glob of paint on the ears, which, come on, Funko, there's no detail on that, but this is one of the older pops, so forgiving a little bit. But yeah, I really like this figure. I love the fact that it came on a stand. I don't have the original Willow yet to compare, which the original Willow looks weird because she's wearing a halter top, which doesn't make any sense, so it must be Willow from like later on in the show, maybe? I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen Willow wear a halter top. That makes no sense. If anything, this should have been wearing a halter top, not normal Willow, which is pictured on there. But yeah, it's a really cool figure. I mean, it's got a little necklace on there. Like, you really can't tell based on the sculpt that it's supposed to be a necklace because it's in the shadow. But it's shiny like boots. So they did like a shiny paint job on the boots, which kind of stands out, and like the leather jacket. There's a paint mistake here on the shoulder, so whatever. You know, someone should like charge a service for like fixing paint flaws in pop figures and just paint them themselves. I think like a lot of people would probably enjoy it, or probably, you know, like that. Like someone could probably just like charge and probably make pretty good money from like decent collectors if you're like really good at it. I mean, obviously there's stuff you can't fix, like the faces and the skin tone stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's a really good figure. And it's one step closer to fixing my collection. We'll definitely display it up there. I love the fact that it came with a base. So I'm going to set this right here for now while we pull out the next one. And the next one is the Comic-Con edition of Buffy, Battle-Scarred Buffy, which, cool idea, but it's not even numbered different, first of all. It's the same exact figure. The only thing different, and I don't think they actually went to Funko for this, it looks like they literally just bought a bunch of normal Buffy figures and added, like, spray painted little red blobs on her face. It's ridiculous. They could have at least did Vampire Buffy. That would be awesome. I would love to have like the Vampire edition of Buffy. That would have been cool. And she would have walked right next to the Vampire Spike. And for that matter, they should also do another one for Vampire Angels, so you actually have both Angels, since they did both Spikes. But I digress. There's a lot of Buffy figures they could expand on because there's so many cool figures. But I do really appreciate the fact, and we'll get into this when the actual normal one comes, the favorite, my most favorite, probably Pop, in this collection, they actually, well, first of all, they made Oz, so that's cool. Good on them. But the best one, they did make one monster, and they chose the number one monster. Probably one of my favorite episodes is when the gentlemen come to town, and they lose their voices and whatnot. It's a really cool episode. If you're into Buffy and you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, get into Buffy, or if you haven't seen Buffy, and even if you don't want to get into Buffy, watch that episode alone. Out of context, it's still a really good episode. That and the musical episode, those two, watch them. But they have one of the gentlemen, so and that's really cool. There's actually, I guess, a glow-in-the-dark version, but I don't really think those are. I don't collect the glow-in-the-dark editions because they're not. I don't think they're real. Like kind of like this one. I think it's just someone dipping it in glow-in-the-dark coat, which looks. It's just ridiculous. I don't really want something glow-in-the-dark. So unless it's actually one of it just happens to be a glow-in-the-dark figure that's listed on the box, I'm not going to collect it. Let's take this out of the box and take a look at it. Maybe this one comes with a stand, but I doubt it since they literally painted it themselves, I guess. No, I mean, doesn't look like they did, so, yeah. Oh, no, they did. Maybe there is one, and I just didn't see it in the box. I'm going to have to double check that. Guess I'm going to move this out of the way real quick. Alright, so yeah, it did come with a stand. Maybe. I just missed the stand in the other box. Paint job on this one is better. I'll give it that. Way better. They actually sculpted an earring on Buffy, which is, kind of cool in comparison. This thing is so top heavy, is why a stand is like required. Kind of wish my Fifth Element characters came with stands too. But yeah, I mean, it's a better version of that one, but it's battle scarred. So there's that. There's a little bit of separation in the head. And I guess, well, they didn't really paint under the arm. Her top's not even connected. There's literally, didn't connect the top underneath, in between the arm there. I don't know if you can see in between the arm, but they did not paint under it. They painted around the hand very poorly, I might add. Some scuffs in the hair, but yeah, probably buff those out if you want. Get it? Okay. Anyway, all in all, I mean, I love, like I said, I love the show. I love Buffy, and I just realized I probably messed up my microphone when I moved that stuff, but so I don't know if you're even hearing me right now. Hopefully you are. But yeah, I'll definitely add this to my collection. Again, I will be displaying it because that's what I do, but I do keep the boxes, so there's that. For trade value at least, because I don't intend to resell probably. So yeah, so Battle-Scarred Buffy, again, doesn't even sit on the box. It's the exact same box, exact same figure. All they did was add a sticker that said Comic-Con on it and paint some like red blobs everywhere on her and called it Battle-Scarred. But it's a figure in the series, and it's my favorite show, so had to have it. So yeah, so that's all of the figures that I have to go over today within the pop figures. I do have another video to put out here shortly in response to my last video, which I'll get into. So be on the lookout for that as well. And again, we're getting to the end of the month. I should start seeing subscription boxes, I hope. There's one I did not mention. I am subscribed to the Funko boxes. I didn't mention this last time, so look for those. So this month is not a Marvel Collector Series. It's actually the Smuggler's Bounty, which I'm going to be getting. I didn't get the first one. I didn't get in time to get the first one, but luckily they were doing it special. Like you could actually buy the original one because not enough people bought them or knew about them in time. So I'll have both boxes to unbox, and I don't know if I'll do them in the same video or not. If they arrive at the same time, probably, but I doubt it because they're shipped separately. So look for that as well this month. So there should be in total 5 subscription boxes coming at some point. It's like the 22nd, I think, and I still do not have a subscription box. So yeah, look for those. I'll probably get them all within the same week, probably by the end of next week, and then I'll probably get some at the beginning or the last day of the month because that's when Loot Crate usually arrives. And again, there's 2 of those as well with a special box. So be on the lookout for those. As always, if you like the video, subscribe, comment below, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, or just say hi, say hey, whatever. I love to hear from you. I want to, I have some, like I said, I kind of want to do a little bit of the reviews of the companies here, but I actually want to do full-up reviews of the sites and provide feedback and whatnot holistically, but I'm still working out some of the details on that. I got a little bit more of the details done, but those videos, it's going to be harder to film those videos, and that's the thing I'm trying to figure out how I want to approach that. And they're probably going to require a little bit more production work. As I'm filming this, the last video just went up like a day or 2 ago, which was really late. I apologize for that if you noticed that. I'm hoping to get this one out faster, but the last video I had lots of problems with it and lots of required a lot of editing and whatnot because it was a very long video. So hopefully this one will be a lot easier and we'll get it up pretty fast. So see you next time. Sorry for rambling. Again, signing off. Hannigan, Geek K, YouTube. Take it easy.